hate to interrupt your ignorance, but I have a question about BHT. While I understand the use of BHT in Perfume, there's some cognitive dissonance that I definitely need to get out. And it's really simple. Do you know about British history? Do you know anything about culture? If you do, then you know something about alcohol. And you should know about alcohol because there's alcohol in your fucking damn perfume. So Horatio Nelson was killed by Napoleon. Not directly, but his army killed him. He was a British general. He was killed around the Italy-French region in the 1800s, the early 1800s. Do you know how they brought his body to London? His body was covered in oil and brandy. And that brandy had a proof rating of around 90. So if you don't know anything about alcohol, that's around 45%. The fascinating thing is that his corpse didn't rot. And not only did it not rot, there's no spoilage or any sign of bacteria growth. And what does this exactly have to do with perfumery? It's pretty simple. What exactly is the reasoning for adding BHT to your perfume? Because it's definitely not about bacterial growth, because higher proof spirits prevent that. And if your perfume isn't made from higher proof spirits and it's supposedly water based, then maybe you should worry about bacteria. By the way, Ryan Perfumes. So you're making a perfume using a formula. Why are you using a formula if you know what the hell you're doing? I mean, isn't it common sense by now of how certain perfumes are made? So why do you still need to use a formula? Are you not good at what you do? Look, this is just basic common sense kind of crap. You ask me hard questions, why don't you ask these other so-called perfumers? At least I know my culture, at least I know my history, at least I know math, at least I know my statistics, at least I know everything about that to tell you that I know what I'm doing. And you should be fucking worried when somebody makes a perfume using a formula. To further illustrate my point, do those musicians that play in a band live, do they keep looking at notes of their song? Furthermore, would you trust a musician in the middle of a concert to play a song for you if he had to keep looking at his notes? You ask the hard questions of me, but you never ask these perfumers any damn crap. Maybe you fucking should.